House of HO Racing. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, please down below do the LSS, the like, share, subscribe as I call it. I would sincerely appreciate that. Help grow the channel and grow the knowledge base for everybody. If you are a current subscriber, thank you for stopping by for the first ever episode of Buy Before EvilBay. my own little take on eBay and their new price increase on fees for sellers that aren't established businesses that want to pay a monthly fee to them for the privilege to sell on their site. And the first edition, like I mentioned in the previous video of the track construction update, will be 5 cars of the TYCO variety. And tonight I decided to start with 4 Porsche 935 TYCOs and a brand new in the package Dodge Viper Roadster. So without further ado, as you can see there, I've got them listed from oldest to newest as far as the Porsches go. And then I'll save the, on every video, I'll save the newest in the package car for last. So without further ado, I will explain once again how it'll work. I'm going to do a little 2-minute description of each car while I'm rotating it around and showing live, and then I'll do 2 minutes of still pictures, and then basically I will during the description I will give you the obviously the model of the car, the part number of the car, the years that it was produced, the chassis that's underneath it, if it's the original chassis that should be coming with that particular body. And then just so you do know, I don't sell any cars that don't run. So it's got to run or I don't sell it. Now, how well it runs is up to you, because I do leave everything that I buy original right down to the tires. So if you're planning on running any of these cars that are used, you will have to oil and you will have to put tires on them, or I can guarantee you they're probably the tires are probably so slick they'll probably just barely move around the track, and they'll probably squeak too. But like I said, that's why you see the 9-volt battery there, is because I'm going to prove that they all run. And then after the 2 minutes of each of me rambling about the what the car is and showing it off and showing you that the car actually runs, and if it has lights, if it lights up, which in this case we do have a car that does have lights and it does light up, which is very rare for a car that old that hasn't had the bulb replaced, because this is a car with the original bulb. So once again, I will do that. I will put a price on the car on the part where I'm not talking at all. And I will have, as you can see at the very beginning, I gave a what they call a collector's guide to the seller's guide of a conditioning of the grading scale from a C10 plus, which is what this is considered, because it's brand new in the package, never run, and obviously sealed. That in the collector world is known as mint, in case anybody was knowing. And then obviously I'm not going to run down the whole list, but just so you do know, if you didn't catch it there at the very bottom, cars that are rated a C1 through 4, I don't even buy. And so I seriously doubt that I'll be posting any of those cars for sale with that low of a rating. And I seriously doubt that I post anything lower than a C6. And so, like I said, each car, while it's being still framed, will have a condition grading scale placed on it, so that you'll know exactly what the condition is of the car based on if you were to buy this as a collecting item. And then you'll have an availability rating. So basically that runs 1 through 5, as you saw. And then a 0 is not sure if it exists or even produced. And you're saying, well, how can a car be a 0 if it's not sure if it exists or even produced? And that's because cars are always being discovered all the time in warehouses halfway around the world. And so in one of my segments, I actually own 2 0 cars, and I'll be more than happy to share the details on those. because I was fortunate enough to get those. So anyway, without further ado, we'll start the video, and then at the very end, I will show once again my email address. And then if you're interested, you just have to say car 1, 2, 3, 4, or the new Viper. And I will basically weigh the car when it's in a box with all the packing, give you a grand total of the car and the shipping together, and a return email to you. If you return the email stating, yes, I want it, then I will create a PayPal invoice, invoicing you for the cost of the car and the exact cost of the shipping, no hidden fees. Once it's shipped, I'll email you the shipping information, and most cars will be shipped within 48 hours, depending on the time that I receive the email and the time that the mail will be picking up, or the service that is the least expensive to your location, because I go through Pirate Ship, and they ship. I get to pick the lowest shipping and the guarantee. But if somebody wants something quicker and you want to pay extra for shipping, you just let me know in that email, hey, I need you to get that 2-day, next day, whatever. It's your shipping, it's your car. You tell me how you want to get it. Otherwise, I'll just do the standard first class, least expensive way to securely get it to you in a box. I don't ship in envelopes. And everything will be securely wrapped in bubble wrap. And then, like I mentioned in the previous video, if you get said car, even though you've seen the car, you've heard a description of the car, you've seen it run, if you do have that buyer's remorse, like I mentioned, I don't hold a gun to anybody's head. I completely understand that. Or maybe you bought the car and then your financial situation changed by the time you got it. Hey, I get that too, especially with the way the economy is going and the prices of everything going up. So if that happens to be the case, like I said, it's no sweat. Just email me back and say, hey, Scott, I'd like to return this car and get my money refunded. You return the car in the same shape it was shipped to you. As soon as I have it in my possession, I refund the purchase price to the PayPal account that it was purchased with. Simple as that. No questions asked. Obviously, I'd prefer, if you're going to buy a car, you keep it. But like I said, again, you're protected with PayPal purchasing, and then you also have your money back guarantee. If you don't like it when you get it, ship it back, and you'll get your purchase price back. I don't refund the shipping. So please, if you are going to return it, remember that you're not going to get your shipping cost returned. So, and that will be also notated in the emails, and they will also be invoiced through my online business. If you missed it in the previous video, which is Scott's House of HO Racing, which you can Google, and you will be able to contact me directly through my phone number that's on my website, or obviously my email, which is the way that I do all my business online, which is emailing pricing and confirmations of purchases. So that way everybody's got a record of exactly what happened, and there are no questions before money gets transferred. So without further ado, I'll quit rambling. Thank you again to everybody for stopping by. Thank you to all my loyal subscribers. I appreciate your patronage, and I appreciate once again everybody that did reach out in concern of wondering where I was. Like I said, I can't say thank you enough on that. I sincerely appreciate it. So I'll quit rambling now since I'm going on 9 minutes, and I said I was going to try to keep the video short. And if I do 2 minutes each on each on each car, then we're already up to another 10 minutes plus another 2 minutes each of the still pictures. So there's another 20. So I'll shut up now and get on with the video part of each individual car. And I will start with the oldest car first, which is that Porsche White number 13. So I'll pause the video now and get it set up, and we'll get started. All right. The very first car that we have tonight there is a white Porsche 935 TYCO, produced from 1979 to 1980. The part number on that car is a 6973. It is on an HP2 chassis, and its availability is a 2. And a friendly reminder, that means it's rare, and it's a very good collector value. However, as you can see, it does have some play wear on it, and so that brings its value down from being an extreme collectible down to just a collectible car that has been used with minor wear, but still shows quite well. And as you can see, the Porsche is still legible. The numbers are still all there. So it grades out at a C7, condition 7. And so I'm going to turn it that way for you, let you take a look at it from that side. And I will point out, as you can see, some of the playware, the A-pillar there, your window B-pillar there, and the C-pillar there are missing. Like I said, this is a full disclosure. I'd never make a good used car salesman. And as you can see on the back there, right there, there's a little bit of wear of the black that's off. On the side, you can see on the driver's side, there's a little nick that's off right up there. Sorry, I'll move the screwdriver down. And with that angle, you can also see the tampo on the rear wing. Has a little bit missing there. And also the B and the C pillars are both missing on this, as well as the glass that would go right there. So, once again, this is a Porsche 935. It was only produced for 1 year, or 2 years, I'm sorry, and it's on an HP2 chassis. And like I mentioned, I show all the cars running, and this one, there you go. She's a runner. And she's in very good looking condition. So you could actually oil her up, put some tires on her, and get her out on the track if you wanted to. Or if you're looking to add to your collection, that would be a nice one to have. As you can see there, there's no damage on the top. I'll get you a little better view of the wing. Like I said, I will do still shots at the end of all the with all the cars. But other than the flaws that I've pointed out, and I missed the front, and I apologize. Okay, so you can see some of the white coming through the front on the black. So that's our first car for tonight. I'm going to pause the video, and I'll come back with car number 2. All right, yellow Porsche number 2. Porsche. This is a car number 2. Actually, yellow Porsche number 3. Sorry about that. Once again, another Porsche 935. This chassis, it was produced from 85 through 94. Part number 8954 comes on a 44X2 chassis. Its availability ranking is a 5, which means it was very common, obviously, because of all the years that it was made. But once again, the last year it was produced was 1994. And if you do the simple math, that means that even if you got the newest version, if you were to get one, it would still be 28 years old. So obviously there were a lot of them made, but in 28 years, a lot of them have been destroyed. And as you can see here, this one rates out as a condition 8, very clean with very little wear. And I'll rotate the car here for us. You got a good look at the front. The tampo is all perfect. There's nothing wrong with any of the tampo. You can see right there, it's perfect. There's not a nick, there's not a scratch. Perfection. Beautiful car. And let me get a battery on it. There we go. Like I said, beautiful car. I know you may see a lot of those online for sale. but I don't think you're going to be hard pressed to find one that's in better shape than that one, unless it's just someone that bought it when it was brand new, circled the track a couple of times, and then put it in their collection on the shelf. But regardless, that it will be the second car, and that is the second oldest car. And like I said, not 85 through 94. I couldn't tell you exactly what year because there's no way to differentiate between those years because they were all made with the 440 X2 chassis. So I'll pause the video and we'll get the third Porsche up there and get a little description going on it. All right, and here we have Porsche number 3. Once again, another Porsche 935. This is the black number 4, part number 6903. This car was produced from 85 through 86, and this particular version is the non-lighted 440 X2 chassis car. This car has an availability rating of 3, which is average, and it is a better collector value, especially when it's in condition like what you're going to see here. Another excellent representation of this car if you're interested in Porsches and the 935s, especially with that big whale tail. I just always thought those things look cool going around the track personally. But irregardless, once again, it's average, better than collector value. And the condition on this one grades out the slot car condition grading scale as a C8, very clean with very little wear. And I will do some rotating here for you so you can see what I'm talking about. Once again, another awesome example. And as you can see there, it also has the TYCO 440 X2 tires. Pretty cool. Nothing like having the original hop-up tires from back in the day on the original car, on the original chassis, as you can see on the top. There's a little nick right there, but it's so barely noticeable that I had to point it out. There's that side, and it's actually just a dent. There it is again. See, like I said, I'm a horrible used car salesman, but I'm honest. And I believe in karma. And as you can see, the tampo's perfect. Nothing's worn, nothing's missing, nothing's chipped. Beautiful car. And once again, she's a runner. So there we have the third TYCO Porsche 935, the number 4. And I will pause the video and get the fourth and final Porsche 935 up there and give a description on it. All right, and there we have our fourth and final used silver Porsche 935, TYCO part number 6938. This car was produced from 1987 through 89. It sits on a lighted HP7 chassis. Its availability, collector availability is a 4, which is common, and it does have some collector value if it's in really good condition like this one. And on the slot car condition grading scale, it comes in at a C8, which is very clean with very little wear once again. And I forgot to mention on the very first white Porsche, it was lighted also, as you can see. And this one is also on a lighted chassis, and I'm going to show it too. And both of them have the original bulbs. So once again, you can see no issues with the tampo, no scratches, no marks. Nothing glaring that shows that this car has been used in any way. That's just amazing for that year. And as you can see there on the top, Porsche, everything on the tampo is perfect. This one doesn't have any nicks in it whatsoever. Nice and shiny. And go. There's those lights. So, running car from somewhere from 87 to 89 with the original bulb with the original chassis. Beautiful car. And like I said, that's the fourth and final used TYCO. So in the listing in the description below, that will be car number 4. And then the last one, like I said, or towards the last of every one of these episodes that I do, Buy It Before EvilBay, will be the new cars in the package. So without further ado, I'll pause it again and I'll get it set up for the Viper Roadster. All right, and there it is in all of its glory, as you can see. Not too much moving around needed on that. That is literally a brand new black Viper Roadster, TYCO, obviously, part number 9160, as you can see right down there. That car was produced in 1996 only, for 1 year. Which is kind of odd, as you can see there. It's also on a 440X2 chassis. More interested in the car than the packaging, I'm sure. But this is one, packaging-wise, that if you were going to put it on the wall, it would look like it does, brand new, nice and shiny, no dulling, no yellowing, no broken or cracked edges. I would definitely hang that on the wall, and I've already got one on the wall, so that's why I'm selling that one. The availability, like I mentioned, even though it was only made for 1 year, is a 5. So it's very common, so it has limited collector value, but that 1 year was 1996, so that's been 26 years ago since any of them have been produced, and having them new in the package like that is, as an example, if you are a collector and want to put it on the wall, or even if you're not, you just want to crack it open and say, hey, I got a car from that's 26 years old and I just broke it open and got it out on the track and played with it for the first time. That'd be pretty cool too. So obviously the condition of the packaging, it being brand new and still in the package, never ran. That means it's a C10 plus. So not much to talk about on that car, since it is brand new in the package. I can't obviously test it, so it's going to come straight to the way it came from TYCO. So without further ado, I will pause, and then I will start the 2-minute segments of each car's just showing pictures. And then it will also have a description of the car in there along with the price. And again, at the very end, I will list all 5 cars, their price, and my email address if you're interested in purchasing them. And the cars will be sold on a first come, first served basis. So as everybody knows, all emails are time stamped. So the person that asks first if they can buy it, or if it's still available, is the first one that's going to get the opportunity to purchase it. And if they decline it, then I'll go to the next email. Everybody that does email will get a reply from me whether or not it is still available or if that car is sold. So you don't have to worry about sending an email and just having it sit in a never land and wondering if you're ever going to get a reply. So thank you again to everybody. This is the last time you're going to hear me talk in the video. The rest of it's just going to be some music and pictures. And if once again, I do want to thank all my subscribers. If you are new to the channel and you enjoy the content that you've seen tonight, you might want to check out some of the other videos that I'll post links to at the end of this video. And I would sincerely appreciate if you did down below the old LSS, the old like, share, subscribe, and ring that bell so you know every time that a new video is coming out, or a new Buy Before EvilBay is coming out. So if there's a particular car that I may be selling, you might want to be able to grab it because they're not always readily available on eBay. So once again, everybody, thanks again. Take care. Light some sparks and melt some plastic. Enjoy the pictures. Until the next video, which will be Buy Before EvilBay Auto World. Take care. Bye-bye.